Hello, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to continue to explore the concept of perfectionism that I started to explore a couple videos ago, and I wanted to add one simple caveat to it that I've been using in my own life, and that is the concept of changing the definition of perfect. We can all decide what perfect means to us, and we often do, and then we compare ourselves to that idealized definition in our heads. But what if we made the word perfect just mean that it's done? Now, I almost can feel the resistance coming towards me. It's the same resistance that I had to this when I initially kind of stumbled across the concept and started to toy with it. I thought to myself, well, no, when I rush to completion, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be the farthest thing from perfect. I need more time. I need to hone it and add more to it and make sure it sounds good enough or looks good enough, whatever the endless excuses and justifications we use to drag something out. But what if by the very fact that we completed something, it is perfect? I'm starting to really try to use this idea in my life because I'm kind of fed up of my own pattern of perfectionism and using perfectionism as a vehicle to play small in the world. Like I heard Elizabeth Gilbert once on an interview say perfectionism is really fear in high heel shoes. It's like fancy fear. It sounds really good and kind of sophisticated to say, oh, it's just not done yet, as opposed to, oh, I'm just too afraid, which sounds pretty basic and boring and unglamorous, right? So I get that. And then I also heard Seth Godin, who's a prolific author in the personal growth space, say that what differentiates the super productive entrepreneurs from entrepreneurs that are not productive is that the productive entrepreneurs have an ability to ship, to create content, to press publish. They have that rush to completion versus the people that are not prolific and productive tend to wait and perfect endlessly. And so I am somebody that, especially through this channel and creating videos, I really, really want to hit a certain content creation goal by a certain time. So because I've had that goal in 2018, the concept of completion has really come to the forefront because I don't have the option of endlessly honing and tweaking and perfecting if I'm going to even attempt to hit this goal in the time frame that I had initially envisioned, which initially was over the whole year. But it's a lot of videos that I'm trying to get out, and I just don't have the option with all the other demands on my time in a given day, week, month, or year to endlessly tweak and perfect and edit over and over until it's so-called perfect. But no matter what happens, what I tend to find is that when I do complete something, that inherent pride and satisfaction of being that much closer to my goal is almost better than whatever gratification I was going to get through that endless loop of tweaking and perfecting. Actually, I'm going to say it's definitely better because if you're anything like me and you're kind of a perfectionist, you get stuck in that loop and then you just end up frustrated and stressed because you're not producing the end product that you need to produce. And I dealt with this a lot in school too. So if there are any students out there that tend to be perfectionistic, you can probably relate to this. So for example, right now, am I super inspired and excited to talk about this? 100%. It's a topic that's up in my life, and it's something that I'm playing with and toying with and just experimenting with. But in my head, does my inner critic feel like my talking about this on video is coming out perfectly? Not even close. But I'm choosing to make perfect less of a priority because I feel like I'm getting the message I want to get across. It's a message that resonates with me, that I'm excited about. I feel like I'm sharing it in a somewhat clear way that will resonate with people. And most importantly, by making a couple simple edits to the video, I will be done and I'll be one video closer to my overall content creation goal. I feel this way a lot at work too. Sometimes I do kind of put off submitting something because I'm trying to find a few extra of information to spruce up the presentation or whatever it might be. But at the end of the day, usually good enough really is good enough, and it probably is better than I'm thinking it is. And the extra perfectionism just causes an unnecessary headache, an unnecessary stress, and an unnecessary time delay. So what I'm working on is changing the definition of perfect to basically meaning that if it's done, it is perfect. It's perfect for where I was at the time, for what I could do. I put in my best effort, and that is good enough. And I have yet to find a situation so far where I don't have that self-satisfaction and pride inherent in actually completing something. So if you're like me, I invite you to try to start little by little, baby steps, substituting in the word perfect for done and changing the definition of perfect to mean it's perfect because I completed it. It's perfect because it's done. And see if you feel any freer, any more empowered, any more powerful because you're actually completing things. You'll probably feel momentum, and almost guaranteed you'll feel a sense of pride and accomplishment and fulfillment, more than you had when you were just spinning your wheels in perfectionism before. So I hope this served you in some small way. As always, thank you so much for spending a few minutes of your day here with me today, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.